Ah yes, hello, welcome. Today I'm going to illustrate a flower using a raster program and a vector program on my iPad. The raster program I'm going to use is called Procreate. I prefer Procreate for its user-friendly interface, but Photoshop or Fresco are also great for raster illustrations. I sketched out this flower using the 6B pencil brush, and I'm outlining using a brush I purchased from an Inktober pack online. Ooh, on to colors now. I'm painting on a layer below the line art layer so that it's easier to stay within the lines. Here's a Procreate tip for you. If you set the line art layer to reference, all the other layers will reference that layer. So, for example, you can bucket fill by dragging and dropping the color on an empty layer, but it will reference the line layer. You can also lasso select a portion and bucket fill it. Next, I'm getting a spray paint brush and adding a fun gradient to the petals, the leaves, and the stem. I decided I didn't like the black line art, so I locked the line layer, which allows me to paint over only the line art. Then I duplicate the painted layer, alpha lock it, and I turn it into a black silhouette to create a drop shadow and give it a little depth. I lower the opacity on the shadow layer, and then I selectively erase it. Meh, it's a stylistic choice. I add a noise filter to give it some texture, and boom, raster flower. Moving on to Adobe Illustrator for our vector flower. I'm using the same sketch from the last illustration here as a reference. This program and other vector apps take a little bit more time before you put your first stroke down onto the paper, or should I say, the screen. You have to choose your line weight, the color of the outline, and the fill color. Here I choose to fill in my petals with a customizable gradient fill. Then I adjust the points that make up the petal shape, then mold it into something that I can accept is worthy. Once it's perfect, I duplicate it 5 times and adjust them into place. Taking my shape tool, I'm creating a perfect yellow gradient circle for the center of my flower. On a different layer under all the petal layers, I take my line tool and create a straight line, then bend to shape the stem by adjusting one of the endpoints. Then I add my leaves and again adjusting the line segment points into a shape that satisfies me because it has to be satisfactory. Adding leafy veins and adjusting the line weight. And ta-da! The 2 masterpieces side by side. Clearly I went with different color palettes, but that's okay. This is art. And as you can see, one looks a little bit more polished, like it could have been on the cover of a business card. And the other feels like it has a little bit more character, and it could live in an animated world. Vector versus raster. Thanks, bye.